pivot tables, the greatest data analysis invention ever. But in this video, we want to go to Insert, Pivot Table dropdown, and look at these 1, 2, 3, 4 amazing data source options. With a single cell selected in our table, we'll use the first option. Insert, Pivot Table, and there it is. The keyboard is Alt and V. That opens up the dropdown. And then T, the top one in the list, is for table. Now look at this. This used to say Create PivotTable as the name at the top of the dialog box. But now it'll specify where the data is coming from table or range. We'll put it on this existing sheet. Click OK. We'll drag Boomerang product down to rows, revenue down to values, add some number formatting. Right-click number formatting, not format cells. Add something like number, no decimals. Click OK. And I'll edit the name of the calculation and put the unit here. So that's option 1. Now if we go up to Data, show the queries in connection. When we use Power Query and bring the data in as a connection only, we can access that data if we want. We'll go over to Power Query by using the keyboard Alt and V. And there it is, the second option, External Data Source, E. And sure enough, the title at the top says that this is coming from an external source. Now this button used to be in the standard Create PivotTable dialog box at the top. But we click Choose Connection. There's our query. Now when I click Open and then OK, watch what happens over here. Well, there's our pivot table field list. If we go back to Queries and Connection, it kept the connection only and then created a second query loading it into the pivot table cache. Now that's fine if you're going to use this for other sources. But I got to show you a trick here. I'm going to right-click Delete, and then yes, delete the query. And then use the keyboard Alt-EAA to clear everything. If you really only want one query and you want this connection only loaded as a pivot table, you can right-click, Load To, and load it directly to a pivot table report. Click OK. And then we can make the same report. Now the third option, we'll go over to this sheet right here. And in Power Pivot, we can go look at the data model by clicking the Manage button. In the Power Pivot for Excel window, I'll click on Diagram View. That's our data model. A fact table, 2 dimension tables, and one-to-many relationships. Now we'll use this twice. We'll use this inside of Excel to access it. And then we'll see how to use this very same data set from Power BI Online as a universal data source. So for the data model in this Excel workbook, Alt and V. And there it is, D for data model. And how cool is that? The title bar says exactly where the data is coming from. Click OK. Now, of course, the beautiful thing about the data model is I've already done all the data modeling. And when I drag a pre-made measure down to values, it already has the number formatting and the name at the top. Now, the last option in the pivot table data source is from Power BI Online. Now, it says Highline there because I'm logged in here in my Excel file. But here's the amazing thing. We can take a data model from inside an Excel file. And if we use File Publish, we can publish that data model to Power BI Online. Then we can ourselves use it whenever we want or give other people access to it. So the first thing we're going to do is save this Excel workbook. File, Publish. This is the Publish to Power BI option. You have to pick a workspace. And for Power BI, there are many different versions, but the Pro version and up allow you to do what we're going to do. The workspace, you select your workspace. I'm going to choose Boomerang Incorporated Datasets. This first option actually publishes the Excel workbook. And then you can view it, interact with it in Excel Online, which is not the same as the Excel desktop version. But this is the one we want. We want to export the data model. So I'm going to click this. You can see it working down here. Now, if you're the one publishing it and you want to jump to Power BI right away, you can use that button. Or you can go to a browser and type in powerbi.com. If you have Outlook, which most of us do, and you use the online version, the app button up in the corner allows you to go to Excel Online, Outlook, or for us, Power BI. I'm going to go over on the left to Workspace, Boomerang Incorporated, and there's our data set. Now, once you've loaded it here, you actually can use Power BI Online to create a report, but that's not what we want. We want to keep that data set here universally. For a particular workspace, if you want to give people access, you can type in email addresses in the Access task pane. But now let's close this. I'm going to go over to Power BI Online and use the keyboard Alt and V, and there it is, B for Power BI Online. Now Power BI Dataset task pane comes up. I'm going to search for it, and I see it right there. When I click, your pivot table is being added to a new worksheet. It is not storing the data in this workbook. It's just giving us access. So there's the field, and there's the pre-made measure. Now I'm going to save, and I'm going to open up a new workbook, and anyone who has access to this can do this. Now when I Alt and V, there it is, B. And now here in this brand new workbook, I have access to that data model that's stored at powerbi.com. Now when you build your pivot table based on the Power BI data source, if you go over to Queries and Connections, these are the queries created with Power Query, but over in Connections, that's the connection listed to powerbi.com. All right, in this video, we saw 1, 2, 3, 4 amazing data sources for pivot tables. And of course, if you like that video, click that thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, because there's always lots more videos to come from Excel is Fun. And if you want to check out some more cool videos, check these out.